Good morning from beautiful Stuart, Florida. Nice sunrise going on here behind me. We're up at the Pirate Cove Marina in Stuart, Florida, and today we are heading out to do a little fishing. Now, if one of the things you thought about doing when you moved to Florida is going boating or going fishing, but you don't own your own boat, well, we're going to talk about today, and we're getting started right now.
The best piece of advice I have for someone trying to succeed in the film industry or any creative space is if you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
One of the best to ever do it.
Hey everybody, I'm Paul, your local realtor and guide to the Palm Beaches, and welcome back to my channel. So obviously one of the many reasons people move to places like South Florida is because of this, our proximity to the Atlantic Ocean and all the beautiful boating and fishing and pleasure boating that you can take part in when you live down here. But for a lot of people, they either don't have the means to own a boat, or they just don't want to deal with owning a boat and all the hassles that come with that, the insurance, the storage, the cleaning, all the headaches. You know what boat stands for, right? Break out another 1,000. So fortunately, there are things called boat clubs, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. My father-in-law, who's going to be here in a little bit, had a boat for many years. We used to go out on all the time, but he's gotten a little older, and just the hassle having to store that thing and trailer it and put it in the water and all the headaches that come with that. He found it easier to just join a boat club. So today we're going out fishing. We've gone out a couple times, and he's part of the Freedom Boat Club, and that's where we're at this morning. Now there's a lot of different boat clubs that you could join, but the Freedom Boat Club is the largest and the oldest boat club here in the state of Florida. And they have different places all around that you can go and get your boats from. So different centers, like they have some closer to where I live down in Boynton Beach. And then they have this one up here in Stuart, and they were started in 1989 in Sarasota, Florida. Now the nice thing about the Freedom Boat Club is that they have all different kind of boats that you can rent. So you can go out on a pontoon boat for a family day. You can go on a center console for just kind of like a bay boat for cruising around, or you can get a bigger center console and go offshore like we have in the past. Now today it's pretty stormy yesterday, and it's a little windy today, so I don't think we're going to go offshore because they said that it's too strong, the winds are out there, and so they don't want you to go out there in their boats if it's like crazy weather. So we might just be fishing inshore today, but it's a great way to get out because basically what they do is you make a reservation and tell them what boat, what size you want, what day you want it, and they have different packages. Weekend packages will cost you a little bit more money. My father-in-law, since he's retired, we do the week package. So this is Friday, and we go out on a Friday, and my wife has Fridays off, and I'm a realtor, so I can take whatever days I want off, and we go out on Fridays and do it. So it's a little cheaper if you do it that way, but they'll set the boat up for you. You make the reservation, tell them which boat you want, and then they'll have it ready for you when you get up here. So my father-in-law is on his way up, and once he gets here, the guys will get the boat. They have this big lift. They'll bring it in, they'll put it in, they'll have it gassed up. It's ready to go. All you do is check out, sign the waiver or whatever, and off we go fishing. So should be a fun day. It's a great way to get out and explore the waterways. You do have to take a boater safety course. I will tell you that one of the things you have to do is know how to navigate a boat. So he did have to take a few courses, especially if you're going to take the bigger boats offshore, because they want you to be safe, and you are taking a very expensive piece of equipment, so you do need to know how to operate it. So this is where they keep the boats. Now some of these are private boat owners, some of these belong to the Freedom Boat Club, and as you can see, they have this huge forklift like device. It's really cool. They'll take that thing, and the boats will sit, basically they'll sit on a lift like that, and then they'll come in and lift it up and bring it down here and either put it there, or they'll put it right in the water for you. So it's pretty cool, and it's neat to watch them operate that thing. I think our boat is actually already in the water, so we might not get to see them do that, but maybe if another boater comes, we'll get some of that on film. So like I said, you call, you reserve the boat, you tell them which boat you want, you tell them what time you're going to come up there, and then they have their staff here and they get the boat ready for you. They do all the safety checks, they check the fuel, everything for you, and get the boat ready. And then when you're ready to go fishing, we'll take off here in a little bit and see what we catch today. But it's a great way if you really want to get out and boat or pleasure boat, but you don't want to own your own boat and deal with all the hassles, then this is a great way to do it. So we're out on the water. That was pretty simple. My father-in-law Charlie just checks with the guys, ask a few questions, make sure everything's good, all the safety gear, and then we're out on the water. So as I said, the weather's been a little bit crazy, a little stormy, so we're probably going to stay inshore today, not going offshores. It's just supposed to be like 15 to 25 mile an hour winds, and that just makes it a little too choppy. So we'll be doing some inshore fishing, but there's still good inshore fishing. There's a chance for tarpon, snook, always the snapper, so we'll see what happens. We got a couple places we like to go to. One's like a little creek we can go into. It's really nice, kind of protected, you're out of the wind. And then we're also going to try to do some fishing over by some of the bridges. There's usually some big fish under there. So sometimes we'll have the bait with us, but this morning Charlie wants to head over here to the Marina and get some bait, maybe get some live bait, some shrimp, and we're gonna go pulling up here so you can get all that. Sometimes there's people out here on the water actually selling you live bait if you want to get that kind of bait as well, different kind of fish. But usually we'll just go in here and get some frozen and some live shrimp. All right, so while Angie gets some bait for us, this is my father-in-law Charlie.
Hey, good morning.
And he's been an avid fisherman his whole life, native Floridian. So Charlie, what does it cost for someone to get into the boat club? Like, what do they have to look at? Putting down, I know I kind of told people we just do the weekday trips. We don't go on the weekends. That's a little more expensive. But what do they have to come out of pocket to get into the boat club?
Okay, your initiation fee, and it's just a one-time fee, is around $4,000. Then your monthly fee runs around $300 and change. Outside of that, the only thing you do is pay for gas. You give them a call, the boat's sitting there for you. You give them a call when you're coming in, and they're waiting for you to take and unload your boat. It's the best way to go fishing.
And then usually we'll tip the guys at the end because they're always really helpful, and throw them a couple bucks, but that's it. So compared to when you owned a boat, I mean, the cost.
Well, I was going to buy a new boat because I had sold my old boat, and after I got to looking at what the payment would be, this comes out cheaper for me, and it's a whole lot easier for an old man.
Plus, we're not dealing with putting the boat in at the boat slip, which on a crowded day that can be a whole nightmare, especially
Absolutely.
Everyone gets cranky, and then you're towing it and the expense of storing it and everything else, plus insurance and all that. So if you're looking to come down here and you want to enjoy South Florida, and this is, like I said, we like fishing, but I told you they have pontoon boats, they have pleasure boats you can kind of go out on, and so you can come up here, and they have different locations. So we like fishing up here in Stuart, but if he wanted to go out of Boynton Beach, which is closer to all of us, he can just go down there, and they have places all across the state of Florida, right?
Yes, they do. There's about 10 locations up and down the coast here, West Palm Beach, Lantana, Boynton, Stuart, Fort Pierce now just opened up. Plenty of places to go. Make it very convenient for you.
So, you know, wherever, depending on where you live here in South Florida and the Palm Beaches, you can get out and go do a little fishing. So, but Angie's coming back with about 4 dozen live shrimp. So we're gonna get that in the live bait well, and then we're gonna head out and see if we can catch some fish. Now, one of the other things about owning your own boat, if they break down, you got to pay for sea tow to come out and get you. If this boat breaks down, we just call them, they come and get us, and that may be the end of the day, but that's it. No out-of-pocket expense. So I think the Freedom Boat Club is definitely the way to go if you're coming down here. You know, maybe at one point you want to own your own boat and do it yourself, and obviously there's advantages to that, but I would say this is a great way to get your feet wet, and no pun intended, and get yourself used to boating here in South Florida. Now, it's a Friday morning in the fall, not very crowded. You come here on a holiday weekend or even a Saturday at 7, 8 o'clock, a lot of fishermen are out on the water early. All the pleasure boaters start hitting around 10, 11 o'clock. That ramp can get super crowded, any ramp in South Florida. And unfortunately, the worst part is when you're coming back in at the end of the day and everyone's been doing a little bit of this and they've been on the boat, it can get a little ugly at the boat ramp. For us, we just take the boat, we go right into the dock, the guys take the boat, we get in our cars, we go home. So again, lots of advantages to doing it this way. Now, obviously, one of the beautiful things about boating here in South Florida is the nature. I mean, look at this behind me. It's absolutely gorgeous out. Not to mention on this side, you get to see some pretty nice homes. By the way, if you're interested in buying a home over there, I can definitely help you with that. Beautiful homes up here. But basically the inlet is just right up that way a little bit. And we're just here kind of in the inlet fishing this area along the shoreline. And then you got all this protected area back here, which is real pretty. So, plus it's a nice fall day, so it's kind of got a nice color to the sky and everything. I got a monster. Ooh, look at the big old puffer fish.
Oh my god.
Oh, the monster. Yeah. Well, hey, I caught the first fish of the day. So that's the inlet right here. This is the inlet, and as you can see, you can't really tell maybe from the video, but it is pretty rough offshore. Probably 3 to 4 foot waves, but really choppy and messy, and it's just going to get worse. So, I mean, you can go out in that weather if you're experienced and you don't mind. It's not that enjoyable because you just kind of get beat up and the boat's moving back and forth. But you can see it if you look. You maybe can't see it, but those jetty rocks way behind me, you can see the waves actually hitting there and coming up. So, not the best day for fishing. But we're gonna go fish over here. We're going by the docks. There's usually some snook over here, and this is a great little spot that we like to fish all the time. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Come on. Hey, well, I got a little snapper. Little snapper. What's up, little snapper? So if this is your first time here, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you like this video, YouTube likes that as well. If you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the little bell. That way you can get notified every time I make a video. I make a new video about once a week about what it's like to live here in South Florida. It's absolutely beautiful up here. It's one of our favorite places. Love to fish up here. Love to just come up here. It's always so nice and pretty. But what we're doing now is we're going to head over to this little creek called Willoughby Creek and kind of gets us out of the wind. It was pretty windy over there and the current was pretty strong, so we're having a hard time, fishing in that little area. But this little place up here is nice and protected, and there's always a lot of fishing here. So we're going to go check this out. This here, little one? Yeah. Okay. So this is one of our favorite little fishing spots called Willoughby Creek, and it's really a short distance from where we put in, but it's absolutely beautiful, as you can see. There's an osprey that lives up here. That's like my favorite bird ever. They're so cool to watch. And then of course you have all these beautiful homes that are right around you. And it's a perfect day out. It's a fall day. It's cool. The cold front came through, and there's usually lots of snook and snapper, and there's all sorts of fish that we've caught back in here. But it's a great little place because even though the wind's still blowing, you can see it's kind of nice and calm because we're protected by all the homes and the trees that are around here. So we're gonna try here for a little bit and see what we can catch. We got a fish!
Baby.
It's got a little more bite to it. He's shaking a little.
Hurry, hurry.
What do we got here? What do we got? Whoa, what do we got here? All right, a whiting. You got us. You're a snapper. Another whiting. Nope. Yeah. A croaker? Croaker, yeah, now we've got one on. There you go. Hey, look at you. That's a good little snapper.
Spicy. Oh, the sheep's head. I don't know if you guys have seen sheep's head before, but sheep's head have human teeth. They have a full mouth of teeth that looks just like humans. I want to put him back in to grow. Come on, buddy. There you go. All right. He's going back in the water to grow a little bit bigger.
So as you can see behind me, that's someone's property up there. So we're just kind of out here on the right here in this little beach shore area. They got their house up there. Beautiful old Florida property. Got a couple dogs who come down and greet us when we're fishing here. I was like, that's a true Florida dog right there. Trying to catch fish. Probably a better fisherman than I am. Catch one, buddy? What's up, buddy boy? Where's your buddy? Where's your pal at? Huh? What's going on? What's going on? Hi. Hi. Oh, you're sweet. Oh, hi. What a good boy, girl. Yeah. Hi, how are you? You love it. You got the best fishing spot in the world, don't you? Oh, there's your friend. There's your partner. There you go. There you go.
Oh, that's a nice one. Can I get a picture of you?
Yeah. Hey, nice snapper. Bring it in. Get it over the boat. Nice job. Yeah, honey. All right, well, that was the last shrimp. So it is 12 o'clock. We got to head back in. We have to have the boat back in by 1 o'clock. But we did catch a lot of fish today. Fun. Nothing big. It did get one keeper snapper. Angie caught a sheep's head earlier, which was really cool looking. And a lot of baby snapper. But all in all, just a fun day. But Charlie's got to get the boat back. So we're going to leave the bridge and head back to the dock and then go get a bite to eat. So you don't have to have a special license to do this. You do need to take a course, like I told you earlier in the video. When you take that course, you'll get a certificate, and it's just a safety course. Make sure you know how to navigate the boat, how to operate the boat, and all that stuff. But you do need to have fishing license. So make sure if you're going to go out and do any fishing, you have the proper fishing license for here for Florida. That's very important. You don't want to get caught without that. Overall, we had a good day. Charlie, Captain, thank you for taking us out.
Any day on the water is good, especially down here in Florida.
That's right.
This is the fun state and the fun place to be.
You heard it from him. How many years? 72?
79 3/4. I was born here, right in West Palm Beach.
There you go. So great way to get out, enjoy the waters and all the beauty that South Florida has to offer. You don't have to own a boat, you don't have to store a boat, all the headaches. I will put a link down below for the Freedom Boat Club so you can check it out for yourself and get all the details. And be sure, if you do decide to look at it, that you kindly say, Charlie Pagan referred you. That's my father-in-law. And I don't know if they'll do anything for him, but you know how it is. Maybe they'll give him a free day out on the boat or something. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you liked this video. Don't forget to click the links at the end for some of the other exciting videos. I actually got one of my fishing videos on there when we went out drift fishing. And as always, when you're in the Palm Beaches, get out and enjoy paradise. We'll talk to you next week.